As I mentioned before, I'm an organized person and I like to have a schedule. The quote on the slide that I chose says, "People often complain about the lack of time when lack of direction is the problem." So for the most part, I do believe that there is enough time. It's just a matter of planning it out. I am a visual person and I like to write out how I will utilize my time to make sure I get everything accomplished. Definitely don't get me wrong, things do not always go exactly as planned, but at least I can see everything that needs to be done. So I suppose the most relevant story I have about time management came from early on in my program. I began my program at 4 months pregnant and things were going well. I was feeling good about the work that I was doing in the classroom. I was managing my pregnancy. I even completed my first residency in Atlanta. I put in for maternity leave, and I had ordered all the baby supplies and clothes. Everything seemed to kind of be going the way it should on my timeline. And then the baby was 5 weeks early. And he came in the middle of a horrible bomb cyclone storm, and my whole timeline was thrown off. So it definitely put me into a panic. In addition, our son was in the NICU for a few weeks and then home and on oxygen for 6 months with multiple appointments. He's very healthy now, and you'd never know it, but essentially living at the hospital for some weeks, trying to learn how to be a mom, participating in care sessions every 3 hours, and continuing with school took a lot of organizing. I never took a break from school, but I was able to stay on track during everything. I was the most tired I had ever been in my life, and usually I'm not one to sleep a ton. So this was definitely an experience. I'm definitely not saying that this is for everyone. You need to know, when it comes to time management, you need to know yourself. And for others, maybe dropping down to part-time or taking a term off might have been a better solution. And all of those are absolutely okay. Again, it's just knowing yourself. But what helped me through all of that, and what I still use, is a simple chart for all of my assignments that are due each week at the beginning of each term. As I work through them each week, I can check them off and look ahead to see what I still need to do. I also use my physical planner to write in and a calendar app on my phone to keep track of important due dates, deadlines, or upcoming appointments. Having my schedule in these different places and my assignments that are due that I can access kind of any time allows me to really keep track of my work and stay on top of everything. So to stay on top of my work, I definitely try to stay about a week ahead of my readings. I know that sounds like a lot, but I've sort of gotten into the flow where Monday mornings I'll make note of the readings that I have for the following week and try to get the articles printed. I'm very hopeful in that I like to have a hard copy to read. It's much easier for me than reading on the computer. And this way I can also have something to take and read wherever I go. So typically I have an article or a book in my bag when I'm out, just in case I'm in any situation with downtime. And I also have certain mornings during the week that I wake up really early. I'm a morning person. I know that about 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening, my brain starts to turn to mush. So I work a lot better in the mornings. I'll usually choose, for example, Tuesdays and Fridays, typically, to get up really early and just enjoy the quiet and calm of working when no one else is awake. And that will really allow me to focus and get some stuff done. I know that this all sounds like a lot, and sometimes it takes a little while to get into a system. And I'm happy to share my little chart. It's a very simple chart table if anybody would like, but then I'm able to use the rest of my time to work or spend time with family or friends and do the things that I enjoy. And also going back to the chart, I'm able to check off the things that I've finished, which gives me kind of a sense of accomplishment and also permission to do something that I do enjoy, like watch a TV show or, you know, go out to eat. Not so much these days, but I think kind of the key takeaway though is balance, you know, knowing yourself and how you work best. Is that visual, hard copies of readings? Is that the computer? Do you take your, you know, tablet with you? And when do you work best? You know, mornings, evenings, on your lunch break? Are you somebody that can kind of work in chunks, you know, or an hour here? Or are you somebody that sort of just needs one large chunk? And if that's the case, you know, where can you do that, you know, in your schedule? Where can you find that time? So, you know, finding ways, simple ways to organize your time and your schedule, I think will make things also feel less overwhelming.